Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you'll love this vibe. And everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This could be past, present, or future, you or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. If you like a personal read, check out the description below, and I'll be happy to assist you with doing so. Keep in mind that tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule. So it's a good idea to have an empty cup when you're on Lady Noble's channel and you really want to see what's up, okay? Thank you all for your kindness and your support. All right. All right, all right, all right. Oh, okay. Okay, cards. They like, yeah, here we are. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. With the world card here, collective, you could be in the energy of seeking something new with the world card. Maybe you want to change your relationship status. Maybe you want to change the person you're in a relationship with, okay, as well. Okay, you're looking to do something different, be different. Maybe you're bored in your current connection for some of you, or maybe you're just desiring maybe to relocate. You could be having this conversation with your spouse, with your mate, with your family that you're interested in relocating, okay? For some of you, but you're interested in doing something different. You're interested in seeing something new, okay? You could have a child in common with this person, or you could have a pet as well, okay? I see he has a cat, and this one couple has a baby at the bottom here, but you're looking to set your sights on something new. You want to change what's been going on. You could be telling your spouse, hey, I want to see something different. Maybe we need to relocate. You want to go where the sun is shining, okay? You want to try some new things, a new area. Maybe the area where you live at, maybe you've been there your entire life. Maybe you were raised in that city, that state, that town. And it's not that you don't like it, you've just outgrown it and you're ready to see new things. You're setting your sights higher, okay? With the balcony energy and the sun energy here. You know that there is more than just the city or state you live in, and you want to see something different. Now, this conversation could have been had several times. Maybe your spouse has said, yeah, we're going to do it. You could be saving for this. You and your family could be saving, planning to relocate, or this could be also someone wanting to disconnect from a relationship. So right away in this reading, someone is either relocating to see something new, try something different, new location, or someone's leaving a relationship, okay? With the Ten of Wands here, you're in the energy of feeling exhausted and overburdened with your current situation. I'm hearing you're bored. You're bored with the relationship. You're bored with the living conditions or circumstances. You've been there forever. You like it's time to see something different. Maybe you are there because as far as budgeting, I'm hearing it is very reasonable. So maybe you're searching, you haven't found anything within your budget, so you're taking your time, as you should. I don't blame you, okay? You're taking your time to make sure you find something that's affordable, and also something about having resources. So you could have a child or children, or you could be single and you want resources for yourself. You want to live in a community that has things going on, okay, that has some motion, okay? All right. And so we have the Queen of Wands here. The Queen of Wands is you being very determined. You could have been saving for this move or for the separation of this relationship. Maybe you're planning to leave your spouse and you've been saving money for this moment, for this time, because you knew that, separating and leaving this relationship is going to involve some financial changes. So you've been making financial preparation, as you should, male or female. Maybe you've been saving money. I'm hearing for at least a year and a half to 2 years. You've been putting funds to the side. You don't know how they're going to react, but you position yourself where financially you'll be okay. If it's get out, you're like, okay, bye. Oh, where I'm gonna go. Even if it's a hotel or Airbnb or living with a family member or a friend temporarily, financially, you do have something put to the side. Maybe there's also differences. Maybe you can't come to an agreement with your spouse. You want to relocate, but they don't. So you figure, hey, let's just go our separate ways. I'm picking that up as well. This could be the reason for you wanting to lead a relationship because you feel that your spouse doesn't want to do anything different. They don't want to switch up. They have grown accustomed and comfort. They don't want to step out of their comfort zone, collective. I'm picking this up. So but it's stressing you out. You know that there is more. You know, the sun card is a very high card. This is happiness, joy. This is prosperity. This is new love. This could also be someone having a baby as well. Congratulations if you just found out, or you could be expecting, about to find out. But you know that there is more. You're like, look, we sit out on this balcony, we eat TV dinners, and I cut potatoes and onions, and there's more to life, hon. We've got to see more. There's more to life than just these apartment buildings, okay? Maybe you live somewhere where the community is nothing but apartment buildings. Maybe you desire to go somewhere where there's nature, okay? You could be someone who's you're accustomed to being somewhere where there's nature. You could have family that live somewhere south in the southern region, but you know that there is more and you want to see more. You want to explore, okay? And your partner does not. So you feel like you have grown apart, okay? So you're interested in possibly meeting someone that you have like-minded things in common with, okay? It looks like your partner has grown accustomed to this particular lifestyle and this living space as well as their job. And it's been some kind of battle with leaving their job, uprooting to another city or state. You're ready to go, they're not, and you're really ready to go to the point you've been preparing for it. Now, your spouse may be unaware that you've been saving for it, and you've also been doing research as into where you want to move, what the cost is. Yeah, they may be feeling, I'm picking up that somebody's spouse think that they're not leaving and they're not going anywhere, but you are. You're like prepared. You're prepared. Mm-hmm. You are prepared, collective, for this move. And your spouse could think that you're not going anywhere because maybe, they're the head of the household. Maybe because they are the one who pays all the bills, they could feel, well, where is the collective going to get the money from? Oh, you've been preparing for this day. Okay, so surprise, surprise to them. Okay, yeah, so you're designing a connection that has reciprocity, someone whom you have something in common with, and that's going to have some like-minded energy. You're tired of the same old things, same old weekends, same old friends, same old drinks. Yeah, because I'm picking up you've been here like for many years. Some of you've grown up in this city or town where you live, or this state. You've been here forever, and it's time to do something different. And so you're not allowing this person to hold you back. I'm not picking up marriage. This could be a live-in spouse, someone you're dating. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so you're going to take the chance. You're taking this leap of faith, and I see you moving forward. They're going to be very shocked. Someone, not for all of you, but someone's spouse think that they're just not prepared. Little do they know you've been gathering, doing your research, stacking your money, and you're ready, and you are brave, and you're not afraid. And you also, I'm not going to say feel. Well, I can say feel. You also feel and know that they're in a comfort zone. You know that your spouse, they're not. They could have promised you, collective, that they were going to, maybe next year we'll move. Give it 2 years. They could have made promises to you, maybe more than once, that they were going to uproot and move out of state or out of town, and they've let you down twice. And so you're pretty sure by now, for a lot of you, that look, they're not going to change their mind. They're comfortable where they are, and I'm not, so I'm going to move on with my life. Very smart. Very smart. Okay. There's no sense of being miserable. Very smart. But they're going to hate to see you go. It may not be easy for you to leave, but this is something you have to do. You want to live your dreams. You want to live a life that is fulfilled with the Five of Cups. They're going to feel very sad and disappointed, but they gave you no choice, because I'm picking up, they've promised that they would uproot, that they would move and take this leap of faith, and they're backing out. Okay, maybe the last conversation turned into a heated argument for some of you. Maybe they confirmed, look, I'm just not doing it. You go ahead, I'm just not doing it. Yeah. Yeah, you have love for each other, but you're bored. They're content. They're afraid to step out of their comfort zone. They're scared to take the leap of faith, and you're not. And so you're just refusing to live a life and perish from planet Earth, as I always speak of, with the shoulda, woulda, coulda theory, or moving forward and wondering what your life would have been like if you would have just taken this leap of faith and go ahead and moved out of town or go ahead and travel the world, whatever your desire is, okay? Because if you choose to stay in this connection that you're unhappy in, and they're making promises and they're not keeping them, it's just going to be a pattern, and you're going to look up and look back, and neither one of you, both of you will still be on the balcony looking at the brick walls, and you're desiring to change your world because you know that there's so much to explore. The world is a big old place. Why don't you get off the porch? Okay. Yeah, and when you finally leave, they're going to be very shocked. They're going to be shocked. They're going to be very surprised, but they may even reach out to you and I don't know, see if they can persuade you to come back. That's a lot of nerve. It is. After promising you that, yeah, and then yeah, they could reach out to you and try to persuade you to come back or something like that. Maybe after you're settled, after a month or so, after you leave, your ex could reach out to you and see if you want to come back. Hmm. It's something about they feel like you can't survive on your own. So I'm picking up for a lot of you, maybe your spouse is the head of the household, maybe they're responsible for all the bills, maybe they're the caretaker of everything, and it's some kind of mindset where they feel like you can't thrive or survive on your own. It's not me saying it. This is what they feel. They feel like, I guess maybe they've been taking care of you and everything since you've been together. So in their mind, they're like, oh, how is the collective going to do that? They don't know about responsibility. How are they going to look for a place to live? Yeah. That's because the collective has been going within, saving, plotting, planning, and strategizing. hmm But I see you being strong with strength here. You're going to be strong, and I don't see you returning. Once you leave this, for those of you who are leaving, I don't see you returning back to this relationship, but they will reach out and see if you want to return home or like check on you. It may be like a conversation. Oh, I just called to say hi. They're really calling to see if you're in lack or if you're going to complain to them about anything so they can say, well, you can come back here. Yeah, yeah. But you have your eyes set on a new view, a new view. I have to hold it up again. Sun card is a high card, and we have the Ten of Pentacles here, of life, a new perspective. You don't want to stay in your comfort zone. You want to be adventurous. You want to try new things. They're comfortable with their job, and you get that. But you're like, look, there's other opportunities elsewhere. Some people are just brave and some aren't, collective. Some people are brave and willing to take the leaps of faith. We say keep the faith and be encouraged, but for some it's just easy and then some it's just not. We are all different people. And it looks like that's the only thing that's holding this person back. They are in their comfort zone. They feel secure with their employment. They could be in fear that if they relocate, they won't be able to maybe provide for themselves the same way that they provide for themselves where they at currently. There could be some kind of phobia, some kind of fear, and they're not sharing it with you. They may share this with you once you separate and they reach out to see how you're doing. They may share this with you. hmm Yeah. And so the Eight of Pentacles here, with the Eight of Pentacles here, I see you being very determined as well to take up a new skill or hobby. Once you relocate, you may decide to go back to school to further your education. You may take up some kind of trade as well. Okay. There is something you have been wanting to do, but you've been putting it off. And I see you conquering different things that you always wanted to do, but you felt the relationship that you were in kind of hindered you from moving forward. You're positioning yourself where you'll be able, with the Three of Wands here, to see some kind of growth in your life. Previously in the prior relationship, you didn't see any growth. And you could have been in that connection, I'm hearing, for 1.5 to maybe 4 years, almost five. So you've given this person a lot of time to decide whether they're going to relocate with you, whether they're going to marry you. I'm hearing for some of you. Maybe some of you want to have children, and then they made you wait and said, "Oh no, not now, next year." So a lot of promises was made, not just on relocation, but getting married, having children, maybe starting a business, maybe you going back to school, maybe, and they were telling you not to worry about nothing. I pay all the bills, and you just felt like you were stagnated being in this connection. You weren't able to live your life and fulfill your desires. And so that's the motivation that is keeping you with strength here from returning back to this connection. They may reach out, you may chit chat with them, but I don't see you going back because you've been putting off, whoever you are, a lot of great. You're very smart. You have a lot of talent and skill, and you've been putting off a lot of great ideas and opportunity for yourself just for the savings of this relationship when you were with them. Mhm. And so with the nine of swords, they may have some kind of suffering. They're going to really miss you deeply, but they'll get over it. They will get over it. So this person could have had some kind of narcissistic tendencies, very controlling. They didn't want you to do anything. I'm also getting, for some of you, they didn't even want you to, yeah, like you wanted to go to school. There was a thing about that, not right now, and you can do it later. Just any ideas, like any idea that you thought of that involved you progressing personally, they were against it. And so you felt blocked and stagnated. A very controlling nature, very controlling. Okay, but these new opportunities, Spirit is saying you did the right thing by leaving this connection, because a lot of new opportunities are going to arrive in your life, and it's going to position you to where you can wait for your ships to sail in. Okay, where you will be financially independent and comfortable. But whatever you do and whoever you are, I don't see you going back to this person. Very controlling nature. I'm not picking up any abuse, but they were very just controlling, and you felt you had to follow. For some of you, you felt you had to follow and be in agreement of what they wanted, because that's that's where you live. That's who was providing for you. Yeah, you felt prisoner in that relationship and that connection. And now you're giving yourself justice and the balance that your life requires and that you desire.